want to thank you for clicking on this video to find out more about Motivating Boys. Our events are live all over the country, and my objective today is to show you the inside of an event. So we're going to show you some clips of live sessions. Then we're going to show you some video footage which has been left by parents on our Facebook page. And then the last thing is a few written reviews about what families are saying about the impact of a Motivating Boys event. So sit back, have a look, and I'll be back in a minute.
In the middle of an emotionally charged moment, you only have one perspective, and you will go with whatever is in your head.
You're giving those words the ability to impact you, okay? You're giving them power. Okay? So these words that people are calling you, you need to make them like they mean nothing coming from that person.
When you are out of control, what are the things that manifest, come out of this mouth? Look at this face, like butter would melt in this mouth. What comes out of you? How do you respond and how do you react?
Verbal diarrhea, just walk out, or sort of get really aggressive, break stuff, throw stuff.
I reckon it breaks your mum's heart to hear how you speak to your sister. And the truth of this is, if you speak to your sister who is 10 years old and she's your blood, like this, then what do you reckon you're going to be like at 15 with other girls who are not your sister? What do you reckon you're going to be like at 21 when you're going out to clubs and pubs and stuff like this? If this is a joke to you now, I guarantee you, mate, this is a dangerous path you're going down.
Do you have a sister? Oh, if your sister was doing this, how long? You're full of shit. If your sister was doing that, mate, it'd be like 3 pages. You'd be like, what the hell?
A strong emotion or feeling that's focused toward some real or perceived grievance.
Well done, man.
I'm going to change that area of my life, right? So you either see the writing on the wall and you change, or crisis will bring it.
You catastrophize things. You make them so much bigger than what they are.
One of the mums asked a question about her son, and he feels entitled and he just wants everything and all that. And I stood him up. I said, do you think because I like these things and I want these things that I deserve to have them? He was too scared to answer. I said, no. I said, mate, I only get what I work for, what I earn, what I put in.
Some of you boys actually bring so much of the trauma that is going on for you, so much of the pain that is in your world, you actually bring it on yourself.
So your mum and dad, I guarantee you, have got solid evidence. It could be a school report, it could be how you've been doing last term to now. That doesn't lie, okay? That's what you need to look at.
You might not know what your purpose is tonight, right? And you might not know when you leave here. But you and every young guy in the room can make a decision that from tonight, I want to have a life of purpose. I want to live a life of significance. In fact, I want to stop making my life about me and what's comfortable for me and filling my room with stuff for me and building everything around me. I want to make my life about something bigger than me.
You're going to have bullies in your life everywhere you go, man, all right? And I'm not trying to give you bad news. It's the truth, okay? So you've got to get used to it. That doesn't mean to say you become their punching bag. It doesn't mean to say that you become their doormat, all right? But you learn how to stand up for yourself. You learn how to be confident in yourself.
And you struggle with anxiety, first thing I want you to do tonight is stop calling it your anxiety. My anxiety plays up. Because as soon as you attach the word my to it, you own the thing.
You need to be in community. You need to be around other kids your age. They're not all dickheads. Even though you say they are, they're not going to work.
Then they start worrying. And it says you worry, you spin that thing and you give it more gravity. And you make decisions based on your feelings instead of actual fact. That's what anxiety does.
Most young people walk themselves into mental health disorders. They walk themselves into places where they're overwhelmed with fear, anxiety, stress, depression, because of the people they hang out with, the places they go, how long they spend in that state.
You've got stress, anxiety and depression over here. and someone decided that suicide belongs right next to them. And so we've got kids who start to feel anxious and depressed, which comes and goes, who then think, well, this goes along with it.
No, she'll threaten me with that, but I feel bigger than her sometimes.
You feel bigger than her sometimes. Really honest answer, mate.
What part of being 11, 12, 13, 14 years old actually means that you have the right to negotiate, to have any power? We've got boys responding to their mums physically, aggressively, violently. And let me tell you something, punk. You think you're a big man? You know, the way you speak to your mum now and the way that you physically address your mum now, the person who's brought you into the world, tell me you're not going to address another woman who you don't care about better than that. So if you're doing that now at 10, 11, 12, whatever age you are in the room, you've got big problems ahead and you need to treat it seriously right now.
Hi, my name's Courtney. My husband and I recently took our 13-year-old son to Motov8ing Boys on the Gold Coast. It was a very real but a very inspiring event. Rev communicates with the boys on a level that just seems to click or connect with them. He encourages them to speak up during the event about their issues, and then he'll help give them strategies on how to deal with the issues when they arise. He has a very no-nonsense approach, but a very caring approach at the same time, and it really connects with both the boys and the parents as well. Our son didn't want to go, we dragged him along. He didn't speak the whole way to the event. The trip home was a completely different scenario. He wanted to speak, he spoke most of the way home. He showed a lot of interest in wanting to find himself a passion in life. So from the bottom of my heart, Rev, thank you. You are a truly inspirational person.
We went along to his session in Colac a few weeks ago, and look, it was really a fantastic experience. His story is so powerful and inspiring, and you know, it was something that both my husband and my children were able to relate to. Our eldest son, you know, he just detests having to talk to anyone, but he was really engaged and really able, you know, to identify with a lot of what Rev said, and yeah, and look, it's the last few weeks we've seen real positive change, and that's been really wonderful. So yeah, if you're sitting on the fence and you're wondering whether or not to go along, look, I really, really, really recommend you do it.
So there you go. Hopefully that's given you a little bit more of an insight into what happens at a Motov8ing Boys event and what the outcomes are. So why don't you have a look at the links below and see what events are happening in areas near you. And hopefully I'll meet you at a Motov8ing Boys event soon.